Hi, Nicole. I'm Miss Moore, and I brought you in today to talk about how you've been feeling lately. Are you okay to talk?
I'm okay.
Okay. So, I've noticed a decline in your academics and that you've been skipping out on cheerleading practice. Is there anything going on that you want to talk about?
I mean, there is, but I'm afraid to talk about it in a sense. I really haven't. There's a reason why there's a decline in my academics and why I'm just distant from everyone lately. Um, so I take it this is confidentiality.
It's always confidential, and it will never go out of this room. It'll just be us talking, unless you'd like to take further steps if you need be. But if not, that's all on your own accord.
Um, well, say last weekend, we went to a party,
Okay.
and Kevin, he's the star player, we started making out, and one thing led to another, and we went to a bedroom where I told things started to get heated, and I had told him to stop. I told him to stop, but he kept on persisting, and he proceeded anyway to.
So you're saying last weekend you went to a party,
There was a party.
and you and Kevin started making out, and you went upstairs to a bedroom, and he
Kept on proceeding. He
kept
did
on
not.
proceeding.
He
Did he physically assault you?
he
He raped you?
raped me.
So Kevin raped you.
Mm,
Okay. Have you spoken with anybody about this?
no,
Nobody at all?
but my family has noticed a decline
Mhm.
as well in my behavior. I just distant, not wanting to talk, but they know there's something wrong there. So
And that is a situation. That's a horrible situation to have been in.
And I told, after that incident happened at the party, I told one of my friends, Sharice. I didn't tell anyone, but I just told Sharice to just take me back to her place. And we did. And the next day I just went home, and I've just been quiet since then.
So after it happened, you just asked Therese to bring you home.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I just wanted to go to the house and not stay there.
So I'm the first person you're speaking with. You haven't spoken
Yeah.
with anybody else.
No.
How are you feeling right now? Like, what are your feelings, like emotionally, physically?
Sad, hurt, angry. There's your process of steps going on. Of course, I was definitely sad during this whole process. Now I'm devastated. I feel degraded. How you just literally, I told you to stop, and you just persisted in taking advantage, and literally at your own dispense, not mine. So that's how I'm feeling.
And you know that none of this is your fault. You're the survivor in this situation.
Yes, but I could have done something different. But,
You might think that now, but sometimes when things happen like this, the survivors, they blame themselves, but that's not the case. You were the one that was violated, so it's not your fault at all. There's a couple of routes that we can do.
Now, do we have to? Of course, I know I am underage. You're probably gonna have to tell my parents.
You are underage. We can go from here, but we'll see what's going on. When it comes to assault and rape, a lot of the time it's the survivor, what they want to do, where they want to proceed. I can make suggestions, but in the end, it's always going to be your choice and your decision. I think that maybe we should talk with your parents about it, just so that they're aware of what's going on and why, because then maybe you'd be able to get some some extra outside help. There's different kinds of groups that you can go to.
So what about Kevin now?
With Kevin, if you want
Because I
anything,
still have to see him in the halls.
when you see him in the hall, when you see him at school, how do you feel? How does that make you feel? What are your
Like I said, like emotionally, I'm hurt, like disgusted, angry, mad. Well, angry and mad are the same, but just very, just all those emotions all bottled up in one right now. And I feel uncomfortable.
Feel uncomfortable
around him.
Do you feel like you would be okay if we got the
And now
authorities involved?
That's what I'm scared about, because now I feel like there's jokes starting
To center?
to start being brought up now, and so now we need to.
So on top of the feelings that you felt from the initial incident, and then having to see him around school, now others are beginning to talk and
Yes,
make
I
jokes.
think it's starting to. Yes.
So you think that it's
Because I don't know if there were videos or not.
okay. So, like I said, the decision will always be yours whether you want to proceed on and get authorities involved. I feel that there should be action taken, but that is up to you. And
We can involve my parents, I guess, if we need to.
and seeing as how you're a minor, they should be involved in the process. They're the ones that, besides you, should be involved and help you make this decision, because you're a survivor, but you should never have to go through it alone.
Yeah. So maybe you can just call them, tell them, and we'll just plan a meeting, I guess, from here.
Yeah. You can call them and have them come in.
From then on.
But before you leave, I'd just like to sit down and just let you know that I'm here for you all the time. And
Now, are you going to talk to Kevin?
I can bring Kevin in if you don't want me to talk to Kevin.
No.
Unless
Unless there needs to be, unless they start, like, more stuff starts to come about.
mm-hmm.
I just don't want anyone else to be a victim too, because all these star players, like, on the team, you know how they are. So, like, I just want to bring awareness.
So,
Slowly. I want to slowly
Are you-
bring awareness.
are you worried that this might happen to somebody else as well?
It could.
Have you ever heard of, like, this being something that
I know that
it's continued, like it's happened before to somebody else and they've never?
I think so, because, you know, there's always parties, high school parties, and these high school parties lead to one thing to another. Of course, there's drinking and involved. So I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure.
So right now, my major concern is you and how you're doing emotionally and physically. And I would like to get your parents in, speak with them. But like I said, you are the most important right now. So whatever you want to do, we'll go forward. I really think that maybe we should continue to talk. And you just let me know what's going on and how you're doing and if you need anything. As well as I'd like to get you some numbers for some sexual assault and rape groups, so that way you can be with other survivors, because like I said, it's not your fault and you shouldn't feel like it's your fault or you did anything wrong. And it's going to take you a while to get to that point. And I feel like maybe if you spoke with others who have been in a situation similar to yours, you will start to realize that it wasn't your fault and try to start to move past this. And then I think that will help more for you to be able to step out in front of it if you choose to go ahead and get authorities involved, or at least tell your parents.
Yeah. Well, I could tell them in this type of setting.
So you would like to
Yeah,
have
well-
like a mediator kind of?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, we can do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call your parents, and you can stay here, and I'm gonna call your parents and talk to them and see if we can get them in today. So that way we can just get right in front of things pretty much, and then while we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and look for some groups for you to be able to go talk to others. And in the meantime, you can just stay here and we'll start figuring things out. And just know that you're not alone. Okay, does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Why is it still going?